Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League Charlotte Pro, and this was a big one. We've got bikini, wellness, figure, and all of the Masters results. So this is going to be a huge video. I will try to be brief and to the point, and I know I'm a little bit behind in my recaps, but I'm catching up, so stick with me. Now, in terms of Olympia, of course, last year's top three are automatically qualified, and then the winner of each open category at this show is going to also be qualified. The Masters don't get a ticket to the Olympia, unfortunately. So here's our open pro bikini. In first place was Brittany, second Maria, third Sharon, fourth Tamikia, and fifth Ashley. And the scores were very even all the way through. So here's Ashley in fifth place. She's incredible. The first thing I notice is that hamstring. What a beautiful, full, round, bubbly, curvy hamstring she has. I love the silhouette. This outline of her leg looks beautiful. And the detail with this line here, really outlining the quad, this nice groove in her hip, just gorgeous. Great quad sweep. Stunning abs. I think her midsection looks so good. Great definition, really nice small waistline. Just overall, absolutely gorgeous. I think the suit color is nice. It's a nice contrast with her skin color. She's got nice hair, beautiful makeup, just beautiful and very glowy. I like all the gloss. It's gorgeous. I do feel, though, that my eye is drawn a lot to her lower body, so I wouldn't mind if there was just a little bit more pop and pizzazz to the upper body, maybe just a bit more shoulder, a bit more curve and fullness in the delts. I think might be nice to just kind of balance with the lower body. But I think overall her silhouette is really beautiful. She's got a great shape to her glute, and her posing is lovely. So I think she did a great job. Next in fourth place is Tamikia, and right off the bat I see more of that nice balanced size of the upper body to the lower body. So I'm really seeing that beautiful hourglass shape. She's got a lot of lat. She's got a lot of beautiful size and width in the upper body, and then an extremely tiny midsection. So I definitely very clearly see that S curve. She's got a beautiful shape to the glute, perhaps not as much size in the legs as we saw with our fifth place winners, so not as bubbly, not as curvy of a hamstring. I wouldn't mind if we saw that just a little bit more of those rounded shapes. She's very long and lean and has nice conditioning, but I wouldn't mind just seeing a little bit more size in the legs. But I think overall her shape is really beautiful, particularly because of how small her waistline is. I think her makeup, her hair, just gorgeous, very flowy, very soft. She's beautiful. I also think her posing is really nice. She's doing a good job of showing this back leg. I also think her delts look really pretty. Just overall, gorgeous. Okay, next in third place is Sharon. Wow, she's got a lot of size in her glute. Like, that is a substantial amount of muscle, particularly in this upper part of her leg. So much gloss and sheen. It's really highlighting the glute. Big quads, very nice curvy quad sweep in the front. You've got that nice curve to the hamstring as well. Beautiful calves. Just gorgeous muscular legs. A nice trim waist, beautiful obliques. Not quite like a crazy six-pack showing, but nice and flat, smooth midsection. I do feel that she could have a little bit more lat and a little bit more delt to balance with the glutes. I'm really noticing that size and the muscularity in the leg. And to me, she's a bit more slight and petite in her upper body and not quite as proportionate with the lower body. As far as the tan is concerned, it's almost like this leg is super dark and the rest of her doesn't have quite the same shade. It could just be the picture and the way that the photo is picking up the light, and it might have been completely different in person, but it's something that I'm seeing when I'm looking at this particular image. I like the color of her suit, obviously turquoise, it's beautiful. It looks great with her hair. I think she could do a bolder lip, like do a more prominent like red or even a little bit more pink, just something to really bring some color to her face. But overall, I think she's amazing. Great amount of muscle in in that lower body. I really like how high she is up on her toe. It makes a really pretty shape to her ankle, and just your eye really flows along her legs. So very well done. Okay, next in second place is Maria. Beautiful. She looks so just easygoing, very natural. She's not overly contorting or twisting, just standing there delicately like she's on a cloud. Her feet look so gentle. Beautiful. I don't know how else to say it. She just looks very lovely, and like this is so super easy for her to stand and look this perfect. She's got beautiful tone and color to her skin, like just perfectly even. I do find that the shade is a bit orange, particularly with the red suit. I wouldn't mind if it was a bit more on the brown side, like a more rich mahogany color. But I think like in terms of the evenness of the tan, it's very beautiful, very uniform color all the way from top to bottom, and her makeup is a perfect match. I really like her conditioning. I like this line coming down her quad, the groove in her hip. She's got beautiful obliques. Nice amount of detail coming through in the top of her quad here. Maybe she could have a little bit more sharpness in the lines. You know, if you could see that outline a bit sharper in the back leg. But I do think her arms look nice, very smooth. She looks round. She looks full. Overall, just very lovely. It's a very nice look from top to bottom. Beautiful hair. I love the lipstick, how it's coordinating with her suit. She's a little bit more narrow in the upper body, but it's a nice match with her lower body. I think her proportions are really beautiful. She's not overly wide in her lower body or her upper body. It's just a really nice hourglass shape. And I've always loved the way that Maria poses with her foot a little bit more forward rather than sideways. I think it does such a great job of showing her glute. So she did great. All right, now next is Brittany in first place. Her waistline is out of this world. Such a small midsection, and it makes her proportions just so exaggerated and crazy. Her shoulders look just massive compared to this tiny waist, and the glute is huge. Now, probably she's not a huge girl. This is Bikini, but to me in this photo, oh man, she looks so muscular, so much size in the glute, in the legs, and the delts, and what a tiny waist. I love it. Great proportions. I think she's posing really nicely. She's showing off this calf beautifully. You're seeing some nice curve to the hamstring here. Great line coming down, outlining the quad. Beautiful line in the oblique, nice smooth midsection, no crazy abs showing, nothing bumpy, just smooth and beautiful, and just overall a gorgeous shape. Very, like I said, very exaggerated. You cannot deny that she has that hourglass physique with that curve to her back. Just gorgeous. I like her smooth straight hair. I think it's very sleek. It's very modern. It's not distracting. It's just long, straight. You just notice her beautiful face. You notice that gorgeous color in her suit. It's a nice color with the backdrop as well. And her tan looks beautiful. So this was fabulous. Okay, so everybody side by side. The waistline on Brittany is crazy. Definitely the smallest waist and then the largest glute and shoulders compared to the waist. I think that really your eye is drawn to her because of those ratios. I also think her conditioning is beautiful. I love the line you're seeing outlining her whole quad. Here's where I think you can see Sharon has a lot of size in that whole leg. You notice Tamikia's lats and just that beautiful width she has in her upper body. Maria, I'm loving the curve in her legs. She just looks so round and full. Ashley, beautiful. Those hamstrings really strike me. Also a beautiful midsection. So everybody looked great, but to me, it was Brittany with that crazy proportion and that tiny waist that really caught my attention. And then from behind, this, I think Brittany definitely shines here. You cannot help but see that triangular shape in her upper body to the waist, right? You see the width, and it really narrows in to her lower back. just stunning. Nice shape to her glutes. You've got that beautiful amount of definition into the hamstrings, the tie-ins, and then just the slightest bit of a line outlining the hamstrings themselves, but it's still a softness in the back of her legs. I think Maria beside her, gorgeous delts, really nice width. I think she does a good job of showing that shape as well, that triangle, but maybe it's the hair, maybe it's just how I just really like how Brittany here has like a triangular shape outside of her hair. Maria, I'm really just noticing the delts, like this circular shape at the top. So maybe she could try trimming the hair, the width a little bit, maybe in more of a V shape. I'm not sure, but I really like how you cannot help but notice that triangle on Brittany. To me, her back really steals the show because of that shape. So in terms of Olympia, there she is, added to the list. Okay, let's talk about Masters Bikini. In first place, Nicole. Second, Gigi. Third, Jennifer. Fourth, Angela. And fifth, Gina. So here's Gina in fifth place, beautiful in the green suit. I think she's got fabulous quad sweep in this back leg, some nice fullness to her hamstring here and here. She also has a really nice curve where the glute and the hamstring come together. I think that looks really excellent. Her posing is really nice. You can see a good curve to her glute, nice small waist. That back looks beautiful. I do think she could have a little bit more fullness and size in the delts, just to have a bit more of that rounded look up top. Maybe even twisting a little bit more open to try to get this shoulder a little bit more this way so that the delt lines up more with the glute. But overall, I think she looks really good. Nice conditioning. It's soft. It's not in your face. It's just this beautiful line in the leg. Great obliques. She looks lean and she looks very, very beautiful. Okay, next and fourth is Angela. Amazing upper body. I'm loving her lat. I think she's got a lot of width and crazy narrow waist. So you really see the sharpness in her outline coming into the lower back and then a beautiful curve to the glute. Nice detail coming into her quad. I do think her tan could have been a little bit darker, maybe a bit more gloss, just to really allow us to see the muscle a little bit better. But I think overall she's got a nice shape. She's posing well to show off the sweep of her quad and that beautiful shape in her glute. I am finding the delts to be kind of sharp. I don't know whether she could maybe relax the arm a little bit here and just try to maintain more of a curvy shape. To me, I'm kind of seeing more of a slope. But I'm being very nitpicky here. I think she's got a fabulous physique, a beautiful silhouette. I love the shade of her lipstick with her suit. Just overall, a little bit darker of a tan. Maybe she could even try to have a little bit more of a flatness in the belly. Just a little, maybe a bit more of a twist would help to show off some of the six-pack definition a little bit. But overall, a beautiful fourth place. Okay, next and third is Jennifer. Love the tan. That's that dark, rich mahogany color. It looks beautiful and gloss in all the right places. You're really looking at her hip. You're looking at her calves. A little bit of gloss on the delt. I think it looks really good. She's got some amazing obliques, really nice full legs, good curve in her hamstring. I also think she could have a little bit more flatness into her stomach, so maybe a bit more twist or even just a little bit more of that vacuum shape, really pulling in tight and tall with the shoulders to make the waistline look as small as possible. I love the amount of muscle she has in her legs. I think she's got some good size to the glutes, but maybe just a little bit more curve up here to the top part of the glute. Overall, though, I think she's got a really great look. I love the colors, love her dark hair. I think she looks really, really good. Okay, next in second place is Gigi. Oh, she looks so pretty, beautiful long hair. I love the color of her suit. It's blue, is it green? gorgeous, very interesting and eye-catching. It's different and very unique. She's got beautiful obliques, a really nice midsection, in fact, beautiful abs, nice flat stomach. You've got some good detail coming in on this groove here in the hip, though I do think she could have a little bit more in the conditioning. This line could be sharper. There could be a little bit more detail in the back leg, a little bit more outlining in the muscles of the arms, I think would be nice. I also think that she could pose a little bigger with her upper body, just more tall, more open, really twist the shoulders, open the clavicle, the chest, just look a little bit more deliberate in the upper body. I think that would do wonders for really showing off her hourglass and making you notice the curves. But I think she's got some really good size, beautiful curvy hamstrings, and just overall she looks really pretty, really lovely. Okay, here's Nicole in first place. To me, she's nailing every aspect of everything. She's got great curves in her shoulders. They're full, they're round, they're a really nice balance with her lats. She's got a super tiny midsection. The front of her stomach is very flat. She's very chiseled in the obliques. She's got nice size to the glutes, and they're in a really good proportion with her legs. You're seeing curve in the hamstring. You're seeing details in the quads. Her posing looks really open in her delts, so you're seeing that lat, you're seeing the openness of the clavicle, the twisting, the beautiful curve in the delt that lines up really nicely with her glute. Just overall, great hourglass shape, beautiful conditioning, and nice size. I think she nailed it. Her hair, I love that curl that she gets right by her eyes. I think it opens her face. You just want to look at her. She looks bright. She looks cheerful. I don't know. She just looks really, really beautiful. Great tan, nice rich color. She's stunning. The suit color is perfect. She nailed it. Everything from top to bottom, fabulous. Okay, here's everyone side by side. I think you can see how Nicole really is nailing the posing. The openness of her chest and her shoulders really gives you a perfect, balanced, proportionate look at her upper body with the lower body. She's got great detail coming through in her legs, so you see some lines, you see the obliques. She looks muscular, she looks fit, she looks toned, she looks really tight. Her skin looks really beautiful. Nice, tiny midsection with a flat stomach, and just overall she just looks poised. Her posing is lovely. I think she nailed it. In the back, I think Nicole has really good delts. You're noticing that narrowing in of her waist and good detail coming into the back of her glute ham tie-ins. I think Gigi beside her also has really good tie-ins and a nice amount of detail in the back of her hamstrings, but I think you notice a bit more of that size and musculature on Nicole's upper body in those delts, and it just makes the proportions a bit more easy to see, those ratios of that triangular shape with the width coming into the narrow waist. So I think Nicole did a great job. Okay, Bikini Masters 50 plus and 60 plus I'm going to do right along with it. Karen was our only competitor in 60 plus, so we'll see her in the 50 as well. So in first place, Angela, second, Pamela, third, Marissa, fourth, Karen, and fifth, Sharina. So here's Sharina in fifth place in a beautiful blue suit. She looks lovely, really nice sweep to the quad. You've got that nice curve. I really like this line you're seeing here on her inner thigh. She's got a good curve to her glute, though I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more size, a little bit more fullness and roundness into the glute. She's got a nice curve into that back, so you see that beautiful S shape. But you know what? I think she could have even more size in her shoulders too. A little bit more fullness and roundness, and then a bit more conditioning to show off the detail. I want to see that little bit of a triangular shape at the bottom of the delt where the shoulder comes into the bicep and the triceps, maybe just a little bit more definition into her abs. But I think her legs look great, her posing is nice, and I love the color of her suit. So overall, I think she did a really good job. Next is Karen, so fourth place in 50 plus and first place in 60 plus. fabulous detail in her abs. My gosh, she's got six-pack definition. She's got crazy chiseled obliques. She's got a little bit more detail coming through in her arms than we saw in our last competitor. So you're seeing that beautiful shape to the delt. And wow, what a lot of size she has in her legs. Very large quads, great hamstrings. I love it. I think she could pose with a little bit more space between her feet just to have a bit more of a wide stance. I think that would help your eye just flow and have a bit more of a balanced look between top to bottom. But overall, I think she looks lovely. She's got great amount of muscle. Pretty suit, very feminine, very pink, like the curly hair. I think she did a great job. Next in third place is Marissa. Beautiful detail in her shoulders and arms. Check out those bicep muscles. Her delts look so round, really great shape. Beautiful lats, and what a tiny waistline she has. That's crazy. Great obliques. I think her upper body just looks beautiful. Really nice lipstick cut matching the red suit. I love it. She's got lovely legs, long, lean, nice hamstring, but I do think she could have more sweep in the quad, just a bit more size, and even a little bit more of that conditioning coming through into the legs to show us a bit more of that line where you get the groove in the hip and a bit of the line outlining the quad. But I think overall, she's got a gorgeous shape. She could maybe try to lift this shoulder a little higher to really kind of pump up the chest. Right now, it almost feels like this arm is pulling the shoulder down. So if she could kind of pull the shoulder up, really open up and showcase that beautiful hourglass shape, I think that would be amazing. But this was a great third place for her. Next, Pamela in second. Oh, I just love her hair. I love her makeup. Her face is so glowy and shiny, and she's radiating. I can't stop looking at her. She looks absolutely stunning. And she is very wide in her upper body. I definitely notice the width from this shoulder all the way across her collarbone to this shoulder, and I love it. You notice the curve in her lat, that beautiful midsection. She's got a great oblique and a gorgeous lower body as well. Nice curvy hamstrings, like check out the size. Beautiful quad on this supporting leg, though I do wish she could get a little bit more of the sweep to show through on the back leg, perhaps by being more on the toe rather than being on the whole foot. That might create a bit more curve into the back leg. I think her posing looks pretty good. You're seeing a nice amount of curve to the back, but I do see a bit of a slant in the shoulders. So if she could get her shoulders just a little bit more level. Part of it could be that the photo almost looks a little bit on a kilter. So if you turn your head a bit, then maybe the shoulders look a little bit more level like they would have been if you were there in person. But I think with a little bit more curve to the leg, the top front of the leg would look fabulous. Maybe even a little more twist to her pose to try to highlight how small her waist is. Right now we're seeing a lot of the front of her midsection, and I think being just a little bit more sideways might help to show how small the waist is. But that's it. I think she looks really good, really beautiful colors, beautiful hair, beautiful makeup. She's gorgeous. Okay, and then Angela, we've already seen her photo before. She looks stunning. So here's everyone side by side. I'm definitely drawn to Angela because of her small waistline and the lats. Here's where I think you can see what I mean about Pamela being a little bit more forward facing in her torso. I think she could try to be a little bit more sideways, and it would show off a bit more of the smallness of her waist rather than being so square to the front. I do really like how Angela's a bit more up on her toe. You see Marissa is doing that as well. And I think that does a great job of showing off the quad sweep. Karen, I think you'll agree with me. Her feet could be a little further apart. And Sharina just needs a little bit more size to compete with, Marissa beside her, for example, particularly in the delts. But everybody looks amazing. From behind, I think Angela looks really fabulous. She's got such a small waist, a really nice narrowing in before the beautiful roundness of her glutes. That definitely strikes me here. She's got really good definition into this inside part of her tie-ins. Karen, man, I'm definitely noticing the size in her legs. Looks great, but I think all of the ladies could have had just a little bit more definition into the back, into the glute hem tie-ins. I think that's something that, Angela, you definitely notice. Hers look very beautiful. Okay, moving on to wellness. This is open. So in first place, we had Bruna, second, Jennifer, third, Luz, fourth, Jasmine, and fifth, Leah. So here's Leah in fifth place. Oh, she looks amazing. Check out that glute. I love how you see it curve in. Oh, it looks just amazing. She's got great hamstrings, and what a gorgeous sweep to the top of her quad here. I think she's got a lot of size, really nice posing to showcase those legs. She's got a fabulous tiny waist with good definition and detail coming through in her midsection. Her abs look awesome. She's got a nice size to the lats, but I do think she could have a little bit more detail coming through in her upper body. I think we're losing some of the curve to her back delt here, so she could play around with the placement of this hand, because to me, I'm just seeing like a straightness, and I want to see more of like a curve and a fullness and a roundness coming in to the muscles in the arms. So a bit more of that detail in the upper body, but I think her lower body looks absolutely beautiful, really gorgeous skin tone. I love the gloss. She just looks amazing, and she looks so happy, big, bright, beautiful smile. This was a great fifth place. Next in fourth was Jasmine. Oh man, her conditioning looks so good. You're seeing so much detail in those legs, and she's got the most amazing quads. No kidding. Just a gorgeous size, gorgeous sweep, the curve, the detail, the groove, this outline of her quad, great hamstrings. She looks full, she looks round, just gorgeous. Great oblique. Love the size in her upper body as well. Her delts look beautiful. The suit color looks great. Her hair is bold, vibrant. She looks stunning. I wish she would wear a higher shoe. I think that would do wonders for her calves, honestly. But I mean, that's a personal thing. That's a preference thing, no doubt. But I just think she looks really good. If she could get her waistline to look a little more trim, I think that would help. I don't know how. I don't know whether it's a twisting more. She's doing really good with her physique, showing off those legs, showing off the conditioning. She's just really amazing. I've always loved her physique, and I think she's doing fabulous. Okay, next is Luz in third place. Wow, her legs look so good. She looks really round, really full, really bubbly. The outline of her glute, I love the height she gets on the glute in this pose. Really nice small waist and a very substantial amount of muscle in her upper body. You really notice that triangular shape. I wish her strap of her suit was somehow sitting differently. It's distracting me for some reason. I don't know whether it should be higher and tighter. Yeah, maybe just a little bit up more. I'm not sure. But I also think that she could have a little bit more roundness to the top part of her delts here. I know wellness isn't about the upper body so much, but I just want to see a little bit more fullness and curve to really follow the line of her lats. I think her legs, though, are sensational, beautiful curves. I love the detail. She doesn't have as crazy of lines as our fourth place competitor, but she still has a lot of details outlining the quad and into the obliques. It's just a really good look. I'm loving the fullness, the roundness, the curves. She looks stunning. And of course, gotta love the lipstick coordinating with her suit. It looks beautiful. Okay, next in second place is Jennifer. Okay, she's doing a great job here of showcasing the size in her lower body. She's very sideways. It's really flattering to her midsection. You're seeing how flat her stomach is. That crazy size to her glute. Really big hamstrings as well. Her conditioning, again, not as crazy as our fourth place winner. It's a little softer in the lines, but still detail coming through in her quads, the groove in her hip, nice amount of curve and outline to the delt. I wouldn't mind a little more, honestly. I'm a sucker for conditioning, so I'd love to see a little bit more of the shapes coming through in the quads, particularly by the kneecaps. But I think overall she's got a really nice shape. Her waist looks small, and she's really highlighting that glute in particular. I wouldn't mind if she could, I don't know if this is humanly possible, keep everything like here down exactly as it is, but somehow get her shoulders a little bit more open. I want to see this back delt a little bit more and have this delt a little bit out more. It doesn't have to be in a perfect balance, but just to open up the upper body and be a tiny bit less sideways in the shoulders. So keep the abs, keep the legs, keep the glutes as they are, but just open up the front of the body, the top, a little bit more, just so I can see the delts. That's all. I think her hair looks beautiful. The suit looks lovely. It's a very pretty color. And just overall, she did great. All right, now in first place is Bruna. Her waistline is crazy, so small, very detailed. You've got the abs, you've got the obliques, you've got some definition coming through here in her back, like just gorgeous. Nice round shoulders, really good posing to show her upper body nicely. I wish this hair was off her shoulder actually, just so I could see the delt a little bit clearer here, but I think you're getting a really nice curvy shape. And my goodness, does her legs, they just look amazing. Great hamstring, great size and curve to the quad, beautiful detail coming through. And her tan looks so rich and dark, really showing off that muscle tone and shape. I wouldn't mind, honestly, if she had a little bit more space between her feet just so that we could see the back leg a little bit better. But in this pose, I think she's looking really lovely, and man, does her quad sweep ever look good. Love the green. Her hair is so pretty. Overall, she's just gorgeous, and she looks amazing. Okay, so here's the side-by-side. I'm definitely drawn to the waistline on Bruna and Leah. Their midsections look really tight, toned, beautiful definition. But then I'm drawn to the legs on Bruna and Jennifer, just for that nice size, that beautiful amount of conditioning into the quad. Jasmine, my gosh, her detail is stunning. I love all the lines. I wonder though if perhaps, in comparison to the others, she had perhaps too much conditioning, just a little too hard of a look compared to the others. I really like our third place winner, the conditioning that she has and this detail in her hip, but I don't think her midsection looks as trim as, for example, Bruna beside her. Really lovely overall shape, really nice fullness and curve to the glute. Jennifer also has that really nice shape. I think Jasmine could have even more height, honestly, to the top of her glute here when I look at her next to Jennifer. Now, from behind, okay, Bruna, really good. The tie-ins come very sharp and clear, almost to a perfect little peak, and then into the hamstrings. I think that looks really good. Jennifer has some nice width, but she doesn't have the length coming in to the tie-ins like we're seeing on Bruna. Jasmine, gorgeous amount of size she has in her legs. I love the proportions in the legs to the glutes. They're very wide, but she doesn't quite have that same triangular shape in the shoulders to the waist as we're seeing on Bruna. So I think that's something that's very noticeable. Her extremely tiny waist. I would honestly make the hair less thick so that you could see her waist even more, because I think it's super impressive and it really shows just her insane shape. But to me, it's those tie-ins and the beautiful lines into the back of her legs that really draw your eye to her physique. So of course, Bruna was already qualified, but there she is. She's on that list. Okay, so let's talk about our masters. In the 35 plus, we have Luz in first place, Jamie in second, Inez in third, and Joanne in fourth. And in the 40 plus, it was almost the identical lineup with the addition of Ruth in there as third place. So let's take a look at our 40 plus so we can get all 5 of those ladies side by side. So here's Joanne in 5th place, looking stunning. She's got beautiful legs. I really like her hamstring. I like the sweep to her quads. She's got a nice silhouette here, beautiful lats, nice size in her delts. I do think though that she could have a bit more conditioning to have a few more lines showing through. I want this line in her hip to be more prominent. I would love to see a little bit of ab definition, but I think her upper body looks really beautiful. She's got that nice outlining of her delts. She could do a higher heel. Come on, I think that would look beautiful. It would show off her calves. But again, overall, she looks really lovely. Nice bright hair, beautiful lipstick. The suit color is very pretty with her skin tone. So just a little bit more detail and conditioning into to show off a bit more of those lines, I think would look amazing. Okay, next is Inez in 4th place. Stunning shoulders. Wow, beautiful round shape. And then the lats to this tiny waistline. Looks great. She's got some nice size in the legs. I think her quads look really good. She's got that beautiful curvy hamstring. She's got some good size in the glute and in this bottom part, but I do think she could have a bit more fullness and roundness to the top, like closer to the suit, I think would look really good. I'm also noticing there's a slight bit of a lean in the shoulders. If she could get this shoulder just a little bit higher so that they're more level, really kind of pump up the chest, open the clavicle, I think that would look really good. It would just balance everything out for your eye to really flow over the physique. But I love her hair. I love this curl right here. I think it's so flattering. It just makes you look at her smile. Beautiful suit color. She could have gone deeper with the red lip, in my opinion, but I am definitely a sucker for a red lip. But I think she did a great job. Those delts are fabulous. Okay, next is Ruth in 3rd place. Stunning conditioning. Check out the lines in her legs, this quad in the back leg, her calf, unreal. Her oblique is super detailed, just gorgeous. Beautiful lines in her arms too. She's posing really well to show off the quads, but I do find her to be almost crunched. I think she could try to open up and be a little taller in her posing, bring the shoulders more up, the chest more up, more open. Keep the sideways. I like the profile. I think it's a beautiful look at her leg. I would maybe even try opening the space between her feet just a little bit so we see more of the back leg. To me, the front leg is hiding her back leg, and I want to see that hamstring. I think she's got some great size. Again, I love her conditioning, but she also could have just a little bit more roundness and curve to the top part of the glute up here. But I like her sleek, straight hair. Her makeup looks beautiful. Her face looks very open, lovely, beautiful eyeshadow, gorgeous color of her suit. She's stunning. The conditioning really impresses me. Next is Jamie in 2nd place. Beautiful amount of muscle. I think she's got some great quads, nice hamstrings. Her legs just look really full, good size to the glute. Again, I'm going to say it again. I wouldn't mind a little bit more curve up here, just a little bit more of size in that top part of the glute. But I think overall she's got some great size in the lower body, nice smooth curve to her back. Beautiful delts. You can see she's got some nice traps. So she's a muscular lady, but I do think she could open up as well. Like I would try to bring this shoulder more here, not in a perfect balance with the glute, but just to pull it a little bit more, open up the upper body, allow us to see this back delt a little bit more, just open up the pose a little bit. I think she could try to have a little bit more flatness to the midsection, and perhaps even just by twisting, as I mentioned, the shoulders, that might help in making the waist look even smaller. But I love her sweep. I think her detail looks nice. I like this groove in her hip. I love the oblique. Love the color of her suit with her dark black hair, and I think her makeup looks super pretty. So this was a beautiful 2nd place. Luz in first, we've already seen. She looks incredible. Look at that curve of her glute. Unreal. So here's a look at everyone side by side. It's not the clearest photo, but it does give you a nice look at just that shape in our first place winner's glute, the detail coming through, the beautiful amount of conditioning we're seeing outlining that quad. I think Ruth beside her has some beautiful detail as well. Really nice trim waistline. That's something I definitely notice. And then from behind, okay, she's got a great outline of her glutes coming into very full and round legs. Her waist looks very narrow and a nice width to her upper body. I think Ruth could have had more hair just to draw your eye into that triangular shape to show off her small waistline. Right now, I'm seeing so much back that I'm not getting that illusion of that more triangular shape. Joanne's glutes look amazing. Maybe just a little bit more detail coming down into the hamstrings. I would love. What else can I say? Jamie, beautiful size in her glutes. I love the detail in her glute hem tie-in. Not quite as narrow in the waist as we're seeing on our first place winner. Ina's in fourth. She's got some nice size to the glutes, but I think the tie-ins could have been just a little bit more prominent, and she could have a bit more hair coming down as well, or loosen up the curls a bit, just a bit more to cover the back and really draw your eye into that triangular shape. Okay, moving on to women's figure. In first place, Tessa. Second, Madison. Third, Megan. Fourth, Julia. And fifth, Maud. So here's Maud in fifth place. Wow, what a tiny waistline. Her V-taper looks amazing. Really great overall shape. I think her silhouette is stunning. She's got nice curves to the quads, great detail coming through, beautiful delts. She looks incredible. I love the richness of the tones. Her hair looks like a rich color. Her tan, her suit color is beautiful. Like, she just looks gorgeous, top to bottom. I love her conditioning. I have nothing negative to say. The only thing I could comment on is her suit looks a little lopsided. So if she could just get this strap of her lower her bottoms to come in a little higher here to match what they're doing on this side, it just is throwing off the symmetry for me ever so slightly. That's my only comment. I think she looks really good. She's got great conditioning, nice size, and her waistline is stunning. Beautiful overall frame. Next in fourth is Julia. Amazing lat spread. Wow, she's got a lot of width in the upper body, really narrow waistline as well. Beautiful flat midsection, though I do wish there was a bit more ab detail coming through. And then some nice sweep to the quads, but I also think she could have a bit more size in the legs. Or maybe if she turned her toes out, it might bring that space a little closer together, and then the legs would look even bigger. But I think overall she's got just a really fabulous shape. With a bit more exaggeration to the size of the lower body to match the upper, I think she would be really fantastic. I think her tan could have been a little bit darker and maybe a bit more gloss just to show off some of that detail a bit better. But overall, she looks really great. She's got amazing delts. I love the height, and I think the detail in the delts looks particularly good. Great suit. I like that her hair is off her shoulders. You really get a good look at her upper body. Next in third place is Megan. Amazing size. She's got width in the delts, width in the lats, width in the quads. Just awesome. I really like in particular how wide the quads are right here. You definitely see that nice balance between the size of her lower body with her upper body. And her upper body is big. You're seeing a lot of size in the lats and the delts. She's got a nice smooth waistline, really good ab definition. Her suit fits really beautifully. I'm definitely drawn to her V-taper. I think she looks just fabulous. Maybe she could have a little bit more size, like just from here to here. Just a tiny bit more curve to this top part of the quad. I think that might be even more balanced with those curvy, beautiful full lats, but like I'm talking tiny. She's so good. I think she's got great size. Her posing is really good, really clean. Her legs look huge. Her suit looks beautiful. Like everything looks great. Her hair is a soft, gentle, that wave, that sweep is very beautiful. It's a nice continuation of all the curves that you're seeing in her physique. I think her conditioning looks nice. Maybe a tiny bit more of that sharpness in the line in the delts, perhaps, would be nice. But like, that's it. I think she looks awesome. Okay, next in second place is Madison. Wow. Okay, so her conditioning is really good. Very prominent, sharp, detailed lines everywhere. In the delts, in her abs, the quads are crazy. So to me, she doesn't look as wide as our third place competitor, but the detail is even better. I think it looks really fabulous. She could have a little bit more size to the quads to match those amazing lats, or potentially just turning out the feet might give a little bit more sweep, maybe. I don't know. I think she looks really fabulous. She's got some nice size in the delts, nice size in the lats, a teeny tiny stomach. I like the fit of her bottoms. I like how high they come up, and I like how much thickness there is in the fabric here. I think it looks really good. The bangs are really cute. The earrings, she just looks awesome. There's almost a little bit of maybe a lean, like the hands aren't quite level, and to me the shoulders are somehow not exactly perfectly symmetric. I'm seeing a little bit more height on this one and a little bit more of a slant on that one. It could just be the photo that I chose. Maybe the very next photo she was just a tiny bit more in the pose, but just a little bit more of that perfect symmetry is what I'd like to see. But that's like the only thing I can comment on. I think she looks really good. Okay, Tessa in first place, unreal. The curves, the balance, amazing. Those legs are massive, and big calves, big quads, big hamstrings, like the amount of muscle she has in her inner thigh, amazing. Beautiful tiny waistline and a great big curvy Latin delt that really complements the lower body. I think her proportions are beautiful. She looks very balanced. She's posing perfectly. She doesn't have a lot of space between her thighs. You see her calf muscles beautifully. You see the lats perfectly. She looks amazing. Her hair is very simple. It's off the shoulders. It's showing you her upper body. Her tan is very complimentary and flattering. You see the muscles. You see the definition. She nailed it. I think she's just awesome. Okay, so here's everyone side by side. I know it's not the clearest photo, but you can see the legs on Tessa. Look at how round they are. Look at how curved they are. Look at the amount of size she has on the inside of her thighs. The calves are massive. Compare Tessa's calves to Madison's calves, for example. Waistline, beautiful. I think Madison has a particularly nice waistline as well, as does Julia, Maud. Megan's waistline doesn't look as teeny tiny in comparison to Madison, Julia, Maud, but the V taper on Megan looks really great. Beautiful, big lats. But I think just overall, the balance on Tessa is really special. Beautiful amount of size in the legs that matches perfectly with the upper body. And then from behind, I'm loving those peaks on the arm, delts of Tessa. You really see how the delts come up and the glutes are perfectly outlined, that beautiful round shape on the bottom. She looks full, she looks curvy, beautiful quad sweep. I don't think Madison has as much fullness and roundness in her legs, and I think that's what really draws your eye to Tessa. Gorgeous. Okay, in terms of Olympia, there she is, qualified. Okay, moving on to figure masters. In the 40 plus, we have Ashley in first place, Rosalind in second, Jennifer in third, Natasha in fourth, and Katrina in fifth. And then in 50 plus, we had one competitor, Taco, in first place. So here's Katrina in fifth. Beautiful legs. She's got great detail coming through in those quads. I think her delts look really good too. Very full, nice curvy shape. I do think though that this delt somehow looks a little bit smoother in that roundness, whereas this delt has almost like a little bit of a dip here. So I'm not sure if that's a posing thing. I think she's got some nice definition coming through into the abs, but I think she could have a little bit more size in the lats, a little bit more of that just big muscular fullness in the upper body to really match with the lower body. And I think it would help to be an even more exaggerated V-taper and make her waistline look even smaller. Another thing I would do is I would raise the straps on her bottoms just a little higher here. I think if she had them up, it would draw your eye more to that triangular shape rather than stopping at her hips. Next in fourth place is Natasha. Gorgeous upper body in particular. I really noticed the lats and the delts. Very wide, tiny waist, very smooth, flat midsection. You're seeing great detail into the abs. I think she's got some nice conditioning to show off the detail of the quads, but I do think she could have more roundness and curve in the legs. I think that would do really well to balance off with the roundness and curves in her upper body. I'm loving the rich darkness of her skin tone. I love the glossiness. It's really highlighting the abs, the quads. The suit is dark. Like just overall, she has this luxurious look with her posing, her facial expression. She looks serious. She looks really cool. I think she looks really beautiful. It was a great fourth place. But yeah, a little bit more size in the legs. Love it. Next and third is Jennifer. Very pretty, beautiful smile. She looks bright. The suit is very eye-catching. Great V shape. I noticed that gorgeous width in her delts, nice lats coming into a very narrow waistline. And I think her suit is very complementary to that. Your eye is just drawn from the lat to the strap into this very prominent triangular shape. She's got some nice sweep to her quads and fabulous detail. I think her conditioning looks really good in the legs. She could have a little bit more curve to the inside part of her leg here. And I wouldn't mind if the conditioning was a bit sharper in the arms, like just a little bit more outline of the delt. But I think overall her silhouette looks really good. I'm loving that V shape that she really gets to her taper, and I think she did a great job. Next is Rosalind in second place. Wow, what a waistline. Super tiny midsection. Beautiful definition into her abs. I love her pretty pink suit. It's very feminine. She's got very nice delts, great height, particularly on this delt. Somehow to me, the symmetry is a little bit off. I think I see this one higher than I'm seeing this one here. Could just be the moment the photographer captured this particular pose and I picked the photo, but I would want to make sure that the delts were perfectly level all the time. Nice detail into the quads. I think she's got really good conditioning to show off the beautiful muscle, great gloss and shine. I think overall she could have a little more size in the lats and in the legs, just to really create more of that exaggerated kind of X frame. But I think with how she's posing, with the beautiful delts, that tiny midsection, I think she's looking really great, and her conditioning looks fabulous. And now in first place is Ashley. Okay, her lat spread is exceptional. Really a lot of width, a lot of mass. She looks really big in those lats. The V taper looks awesome. I love the fit of her bottoms. I think your eye really travels into that V taper shape. But the lats, man, they really catch my attention. I think she could have a bit more height and roundness to the delts. I think that would be a nice complement to the lats, but I like her conditioning. I think you get a nice view of her biceps. She's got that beautiful detail into the arms. Her legs are a nice complement to the upper body, great size, great amount of detail. Her midsection is beautifully flat, perfectly smooth. I think her suit is stunning, great colors, nice design. She looks amazing. Hair, makeup, everything. She really nailed it. So here's everybody side by side. I kind of cropped 2 photos together. Ashley, I think her legs stand out. She's got great size, great conditioning, and it's a nice match with her lats. Natasha's lat spread stands out as well, but she doesn't quite have the size in her legs like we see on Ashley. Rosalind, man, her midsection is tiny. Definitely steals the show in that regard. Jennifer, her upper body looks incredible, really nice lat spread. I think she's got an overall beautiful silhouette, but like I said, I wouldn't mind a little more detail coming through in her upper body. And Katrina, fabulous size in the lower body, but I'd want a little bit more of that V-taper shape coming through. From behind, Ashley, oh, I love all the glossiness. I think her back looks incredible and amazing detail coming into her legs. When I see Natasha beside her, not quite the same amount of detail into the hamstrings. Ashley just really pulls it together with the glute ham tie-ins, the hamstring definition, and that quad sweep. Rosalind in second place, beautiful delts, really nice overall shape, but not quite the same degree of size and detail coming through in the legs. And then, of course, we have Taco in first place in the 50 plus. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Her legs, the detail, the size of her quads, the abs. She's got a 6-pack definition. It looks unreal. Her delts look amazing. Her back looks full, very beautiful. I love that she has her hair super short so you can see everything clearly. The only thing I would love to see is a little bit more outlining of the glutes, just a bit more sharpness in that definition to show off the shape. Otherwise, man, she looks absolutely phenomenal. Love the red, love her hair, love her makeup. She's stunning. So that's it for this show, a longer video, and of course there are more recaps still to come. I'm almost all caught up. So make sure you subscribe, give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoise toffee.